Hello everyone and welcome again to NERF News, your number one source for NERF news with Drac, your host, that's me, and today we're going to be covering the NERF Sharpfire, but before we do that I'm going to answer two quick viewer questions. Number one is, what software do you use to record NERF News? And the answer is, I use Open Broadcasting software. It's currently infinity into my monitor because it's not only recording the entire screen, but it's also recording itself. Normally I use it for Hearthstone videos over on Everyday Alchemy, but I like using it for NERF News as well. It's free, it's open source, it's really great software. The other question is, what's your wallpaper? And my wallpaper is a character called Owly by a local artist. I think that it's a really cool character, and so I keep him on my desktop because he's just a really happy little dude. Launching into it, we have the Sharpfire. This is same website, Bancroft leaked their Sharpfire images early. They're claiming that it's going to cost 34 euros over there. That's insane to me. I have a hard time believing that this blaster is going to cost anywhere close to what that would convert over to an American. I feel like if we look here, this is very similar to how a Jolt's plunger tube works. This is a Jolt style, triad style plunger tube with the back end cap and a catch built into the trigger. So it looks like it's going to be a super Jolt on account of it having lots of space back here all in line, and that's kind of interesting. But all in all, the blaster should not cost 34 euro equivalents. I see this one costing much more in the Jolt type area, so closer to 20 to 15 US dollars as kind of a sidearm blaster. Now, there are a few interesting things. We've mentioned the Jolt internals. The handle looks comfortable. It's got a very long barrel for what it is. This is longer than a Nerf dart, which means that there's going to be some dead space. If this is our plunger and this is our prime, I see there being a lot of dead space in this area. So it might not get as ideal performance as a Jolt, which is just a pure performance system. Now, the stock is interesting because it's just got all of these kind of holes in it to hold darts, as well as a belt clip attachment, which I think is really neat. And then this attachment point confuses me, and luckily I had a fan of my channel email me an interesting image, or a link to an image rather, where they kind of show a mock-up for how they feel this is going to fold into the blaster. So it's going to fold into this square shape, which I guess you could put in your pocket or put in a holster, but if it's designed to be folded up like this, I'm curious as to why it has this belt clip in the first place. So back to the official blaster image, it looks like it's going to be completely single fire, load a dart from the muzzle, prime, fire. I do not anticipate excellent ranges out of this blaster, but it has some neat aesthetics going on. A lot of people have mentioned that it looks kind of like a Mauser. I'm not going to comment on that as I don't know very much about actual steel firearms, but I can kind of see that, minus the box clip, I guess. All in all, I think that the blaster is neat. I don't think it's going to be worth anywhere near this price point, but I think that it could be a very interesting successor to the Jolt as a cool sidearm. Obviously, a quick knocking off of this, or if it's removable, turns this into a very cool long style pistol, which would fit excellently into any style of holster. It should be a very lightweight, neat sidearm, and because of the way that this catch mechanism will work, it will lend itself to mods very, very well. So that's kind of all I have to say on the N-Strike Elite Sharpfire. I think that it's an interesting blaster. I think that this price is probably wrong, especially for the American market. If you are in a European market and this is actually what this is going to MSRP for, do not pick this up. It will be on sale very, very shortly because nobody is going to pay 35 euros for the Sharpfire. This is, in theory, what it'll look like folded up. Not that I think that this joint rotates that way. This, you'll notice, is inverted, so this would have to spin around and not fold because the butt here doesn't notch in. So lots of interesting stuff kind of in terms of like why this stock is attached the way that it is. But that covers more or less everything that I wanted to speak about in this video, and as always, thanks for watching. I decided to go with a wolf picture that says thanks for watching this time because why not?